little far. Anyways, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Let Me Fucking Talk. It's been a minute. But in case you've forgotten, I am Lynn Denise Lopez, the one and only, the host of this amazing, fun, very inconsistent podcast. But it's a good time when we are here. And of course, always with me is Aldo, the best there ever is, or best there will ever be. But yeah, it's been a while, guys.
And you're about to give me the Bret Hart quote.
Oh shit, I was. Is that what I was channeling?
Maybe.
I was like, I feel like this is the first thing that came to my mind, and that's probably what it was.
Yeah, because Bret Hart used to say that he was the best there was, the best there is, and the best that there ever will be.
Yeah, I'm a little rusty. It's been a minute, you know. Don't mind me. I need this sugar to. Okay, the guys that are watching this can understand, but like the people that are listening probably don't. I'm like munching. I'm gonna be munching on sour candy this whole time because a bitch tired. Did not go to bed early, knowing that I had to get up at like 5 today for work. But you know what? It's okay because we had a great day. I kicked ass on my evaluation at work.
There you fucking go.
Yee. And then I came here, so I may be inconsistent, but at least I showed up today. You know, but guys, it is summer. It's finally feeling like it too. Somewhat, it's starting to warm up. And as much as I like cloudy days and I like rain here and there, the weather this year has been interesting to say the least. I'm ready for the sun. I'm ready for the beaches. I'm ready for the bitches.
Well, damn.
I felt like it was fitting. Nah, but for real, I'm excited that it's starting to warm up. I mean, I'm not ready for the 102 that it's supposed to be next week.
No, I'm ready. That's actually what I have been waiting for because I'll be honest with you, this has been the least hot June that has been.
It's been June gloom.
Hella June gloom.
It's been June gloom.
Hella June gloom.
That's crazy. It's so funny because, okay, so the CEO at my job, like when she comes through, a lot of the times we'll talk about the weather. It's like very like office small talk, but we talk about it a lot. So we're just like, both of us are just like sick of the June gloom. And then sometimes when I'll see that the sun's about to pop up, because I check the weather consistently, I tell her, I'm like, oh, it's supposed to warm up this week. It's so funny. It's just like very like office small talk vibes. And I don't know why, but it does give me joy now. It's funny. It's funny the things you appreciate when you're older, because I deadass was always the person where it's just like, a 9 to 5 doesn't interest me, and in a ways it still doesn't, but right now where I'm at in life, it does interest me and I am cool with it. So I'm liking where my life is right now in that aspect. Ask me 5 years from now and see if it still interests me, and probably not. Who knows? Well, I think that's the one thing that I feel like that's the one thing I've always wanted to avoid, and that's what it was. It's not that it was a 9 to 5, but it's just that if I don't want to be where, like, in my mid-30s and hating my job. So I feel like if I ever get to that point, I definitely would be okay changing direction, as long as I feel like I've always been able to figure it out. And I feel like if 5 years right now I'm not happy about my job, I'd figure it out somehow.
Yeah, I mean, time's one of those beautiful things though, dude. In time, you end up finding out exactly what it is that you want.
Yeah, because I feel like especially the way that we grew up, especially being like immigrant kids, like kids of immigrants, like first gen, it's always ingrained in us, like get a job or go to school, graduate, get a job, get a safe job that'll like give you benefits and all of that stuff. And so it does kind of limit us a little bit, because yes, we do want that. And I've seen it firsthand, especially because I remember a friend in particular that I had who was a dreamer. So he wasn't even born here, so it's like different, even more of a different situation. At least me, like I'm first generation, like I was born here. He very much that mentality: go to college, graduate, get a job. And like I feel like it definitely is just, different situations, because I was born here, so it's like I have like a slight advantage, still not as other people, but a more slight advantage. And I feel like because of that, everyone's just always just like, you're so lucky you were born here, like, you know, you can go to school, dinner, all these things, but it's just so many conflicting emotions and like societal pressures from being first generation kid. But for me, where I'm at right now, I'm really happy with where I'm at. I like my job. I love having Iris as my supervisor. She's amazing. Even when we were having our evaluation, my evaluation, I only get nervous because I feel like there's moments where I have like imposter syndrome with it because it is kind of like my first big girl job where like I have like benefits and a supervisor where I gotta like, you know, talk to and like all this. And it's the first job where like I actually like where I'm at and I like the people that I work with. So it's like it's different. It's different feelings.
It's definitely a long way from Subway.
Bruh. For those that don't know, that's how we met, Subway. And yeah, it's so different. And so, but when I talk to Iris, like when I'm with her, like it's great having a supervisor that like I trust and not only just as a supervisor, but like as a person because she's like, you know, mom figure vibes. Like I know she's always going to look out for me. And like when she tells me she has plans for me, like I have faith in it and I know she's going to help me and it's going to be okay. So where I'm at right now in that aspect, I'm happy. And guys, obviously since the last time we talked, it's been my birthday. It's been our birthday. And I'm 27. You know what I realized? Next year's my golden year.
How so?
You know, the year that you turn, and so you know how my birthday's May 28th?
Oh, yeah.
And then I turn 28 next year.
Yeah.
So it's my golden year.
Yeah, I'll never have that. I'm 27 again for the fourth year in a row. Or, no. I went over with this already. I am 27 for the third year in a row. Yeah.
You know what you sound like? You sound like those women who lie about their age.
Yeah, and that's okay.
This is true. I feel like I don't think I would ever get to that point. Like, I don't feel like I'd ever be embarrassed about my age. There's moments where, like, people try to make me feel embarrassed about my age. Like, when I saw Rao, and then, like, the girl's like, you're 27? And I was like, first of all, I'm not old. Why you gotta make me feel old for being 27?
Relax, bitch. Hey, I'm the one.
Bro.
I'm the one buying you drinks because you're
literally,
young ass.
Yeah, I'm the one sharing drinks with you because you can't even buy your own alcohol. So calm down. So exactly, I don't know. I feel like the older I get, the more I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. There's times where I'm like I freak out a little bit, but I don't know if it's just after my frontal lobe developed at 25. But I've gotten a lot more chill about like getting older and like my age and kind of where I'm at. Well, 26 was a good year. Like looking back on it, especially because obviously, guys, it's been a year since we've been doing this. In case the most inconsistent year ever, but yay!
Nah, fuck that. Hey, listen, you didn't quit.
This is true.
You have not quit.
We're still coming.
You're still here. Hey, it might be one pot a month, but who gives a fuck? You're still here.
I mean, now that my schedule changed a little bit, it's gonna be a little bit more manageable. I just gotta not make plans on Fridays as much because I feel like that's trying to fit people in these days is a lot. But then again, I always forget that that's how it is with the summertime. Everyone wants to make plans, and then me, I like to say yes to things.
Yeah, you and I will definitely coordinate because
yes.
My July will be, with work coming up, with Prime Week and all that stuff. So I have to juggle around, and obviously.
Yeah, me too.
August, I'll be gone for like a week, but we'll coordinate.
Yeah, I mean, next Friday is Carmen's birthday, so we'll try and squeeze one in real quick.
Sorry, dude. I'm gonna be at work.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
but I'll be off Saturday. So if you're trying to get one in,
when I post this, it'll still count for this week, so it'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
I will say though. Oh wait, are you off 4th of July?
That I am. Lynn, you trying to be my +1 on my company party?
When's that?
4th of July.
I'll be down. I got shit to do.
Yeah, Perla won't be here, so I'll be by myself.
Oh, nice.
Walking around the house butt naked. Dude, that's the funniest thing we were talking about. So, Perla was like, "Yeah, if you want to throw a party or whatever," I'm like, "Fuck no, I'm gonna be excited to just walk around here butt ass, dude." Like, that's something about getting old. That right there, it's like fuck that. I'm trying to be tranquil.
There's something so nice about just having the house to yourself and not doing shit. I'm getting old too, but because I've actually always appreciated that. I think it's just coming from like always having a shared space for so long. Growing up, I always shared a room with somebody, So once I moved into where I live now and I have my own space, it's kind of hard to go back to sharing a room. But I've always lived in a house where I shared with a bunch of people, between my dad and like my tia and stuff. So it's not often that I get that whole house to myself. So when I do, it's nice. It's very nice. So I get it. But yeah.
Yeah, to harken back about the whole getting old thing, honestly, that's one of the beauties of life. One of the objectives is to get up there in age, dude. Like, but I know I joke around and say that I'm still 27. No, I'm 30, but I feel like
30, flirty, and thriving.
I've inadvertently become one of those that I hate in the sense that, oh yeah, don't say your age because you know you're putting it out there. It's kind of like a mark of like it's one of those weird things that you don't want to age yourself because then you kind of like subconsciously get old mentally, which is not bad, but it's also like
I think, well, like people say all the time, you're as old as you feel. So as long as you feel younger than you actually are. I mean, sometimes my body wants to like throw me off and like my back will hurt and be like, nah, bitch, you think you're 26? Nah. Remember what it was like being 21? Nah. Dude, I think about that a lot when I think about how I was at 21 and like how balls to the walls I was and thinking about how I am now. Like, oh my God. So Ernesto was like, oh, let's go get Korean barbecue on Tuesday. And I was like, okay, for sure. And then Nancy was like, yeah, I can probably go before Space Yacht. And then Ernesto was like, yeah, we're thinking about going. And I was like, not me. Count me out. I'll take my ass home after dinner. Just because there's certain nights where, like, I'm just like, no. Because I know how I am after work when I'm dying. Especially because it'll be Wednesday. And Wednesdays, we usually have all the providers. So it's usually a busy day. So ain't no way I'm trying to be at work fucking tired as fuck on a Wednesday. But
you have to
if
be
you ask
sharp and focused.
If you ask old me, especially when I was working at the boba spot, when I was like making my schedule mostly for myself and I had Wednesdays off, nah, bro, you'd see me at Space Out like every other week.
They thought you were the resident DJ.
Yeah, bro, I was a regular there, and even me right now, like I'm thinking about going to group chat next Thursday just because next Friday I don't have to go in until 8. And that's still early, but considering Fridays now, I go in at 6:45. Like 8, it's a little bit more doable. But even then, I would leave group chat early. Sorry, group chat. Love you. But I'd have to leave it a little early because I still don't want to be like that tired. And Fridays are just like more easier, more chill. Especially that Friday, it's because like we have a certain thing at work. So like I'm not going to be doing like what I regularly do. But so yeah, there's these things that I think about now that I'm older. Like I gotta actually take into account like my job and like how tired I want to be the next day. Like you hear about those things at 21 and you're just like, nah, that's not me. Like I got this. And it's like, no, I don't got this.
Nah, dude. To me, the wildest thing is the shit that I used to pull off when I was in my early 20s. So like, yeah. I remember I would remember dude going to like a NRG or like something like a one day and then going to work the next day like a fucking crackhead.
You'd barely be getting home, like just like taking a quick nap, changing real quick and going to work. Sometimes not even nap. You're just going there, crackhead hours type vibe. Now I can never do that ever. Like I pushed it like a few times even at this job and I was just like crying and at work, just like wanting to fucking off myself.
Like at Skyline?
Yeah, bro. No. Like for hard summer, I'm asking for the next day off. Like fuck that, bro. I can't do it. I don't know, man. Like, and I can't call out at this job because Iris will know I'm just hungover. I mean, I can, but I won't do that to her. You know, I can't. But like I always told Iris, like, I will show up. I will always show up. Will I be at 110% energy and alive? No, but I will always show up. That's the one thing you can count on. Unless, like, I'm actually, like, sick. Then I won't. I'm going to be like, nah.
That just reminded me of some funny thing I saw earlier. Someone, it was all like, oh, I'm having an interview with my new employer. And as I'm doing an interview, I'm pouring a glass and I overspill it. And my interviewee telling me, you nervous? And I tell them, no. I'm just showing you that I could go 110%.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, work's been good. Everything's been good. Life's
beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah. I mean, don't be wrong. I have my days where I still get a little, but it's just, I feel like that's just part of life. At least my life. Like, I have a chemical imbalance in my brain. There's gonna be days where I'm a little down, but for the most part, I still am really grateful for this year, for this like looking back on 26. 26 was a pretty decent year. I had my ups and downs, you know, but like looking back, especially now that I recently just turned 27. So looking from this point last year to this point, it's been a lot of fun. I feel like 26 is when I really started to like enjoy life and take it a little less seriously, in the sense that like taking myself a little less seriously, because sometimes I'd be in my head overthinking shit, and I still do, don't get me wrong, but
Is that a Gemini thing?
yeah, it is like going back and forth.
All right, I believe you now.
Yeah, because it's the twins thing. It's like you have like two sides of. I mean, that's just like most people. There are a lot of people who overthink, but especially like with Geminis, because we think from such a logical place. We sometimes like, how to explain it? We sometimes like logistically talk ourselves out of our own feelings, which I do a lot. Like a lot of the times, like I will reason why I feel a certain way instead of actually feeling it. I'll be like, okay, I feel like this because X, Y, and Z, but at the same, I try to justify it.
So
like,
you gaslight yourself?
Yeah, I gaslight myself all the time. It's literally what it is. But I've kind of gotten better about that. I will say, okay, obviously, you guys, if you guys have been here through the beginning, you know that last summer I was dating a certain someone, and that didn't end well, and like whatever. But I will say, in dating that person, I learned a lot about myself, and I literally, it's kind of one of the things where I was just like, it kind of, I got the last straw of it, and I was just like, I'm never dealing with this bullshit ever again. But also, I've learned like how to communicate, and in what ways I still would need to work on communicating my feelings. And I've gotten a lot better, especially this year since I've been doing a lot of dating since the beginning of the year. I see where I've done, like, where I've grown up and where I still need to grow up. And it's true what they say when, like, you don't heal, you can only do so much healing on your own when it comes to, like, that area of your life. Once you actually start dating and you start dating in a healthier way, you realize the shit you still need to heal from, and you kind of heal through it with them. And it's been interesting, but it's been a lot of fun.
No, dude, I'm honestly speaking. I know this is we're podding right now, but yeah, I think I'm very thoroughly happy that what do you call it? Yeah, from last year to this year, yeah, definitely leaps and bounds for sure. Because last year, obviously, you had that thing with that particular individual. You learned and all that, and now you're in a much better place. I can say that without a doubt. And that's
Yeah, you know what's really funny is that Eddie put it into perspective for me. He was just like, because Eddie's always in the first one to talk shit about a lot of the guys I talk to, and it's pretty funny. But Eddie's also just seen me just. It's funny because Eddie hasn't even known me for that long. Obviously, you've known me longer, so you've also seen a lot longer the bullshit that I've like dealt with. But Eddie, he's only known me a few years, and he's also seen the type of bullshit that like I'll put up with in the past, which I don't. You know, you live and you learn. But he was like, isn't it nice seeing the things that you've manifest kind of actually manifest themselves? And I was like, you know what, you're right. He's like, because from, he used to, don't get me wrong, beginning of the year, Hinge, those dates, those are just, I feel like those were good in the sense that it just got me to actually kind of put myself out there again. But a lot of them really were not that serious, because like I think back on the guys that I was talking to even on Hinge, I'm just like, whatever. But at least with those, I knew when to cut it off pretty quick. I was just like, yeah, no, it's the same old shit. No. But what he was referring to with like right now where I'm at is like the guys that I'm talking to, even he could admit are more quality. Like even like the few guys that I'm talking to, they're definitely, you know, actually nice guys, and like, well, at least from what I've seen so far. And you never know. But
I have faith in you, dude.
I have faith in them too.
No, I have faith in you. Oh, is what I'm saying. No, I have faith in them too, but that's not about them. Respectfully,
yeah. No.
What it's about is you and the fact that all the shit that you have gone through. Because no offense, dude. No offense to all your past quote unquote relationships, entanglements, or whatever the case that was. Let's put it what it is, dude. Those you were in the gutter.
I was down in the trenches, bro.
You
I was
were
down in the trenches.
You were down there with Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo, Master Splinter. You were fighting for your life, dude. You were fighting for your life.
I was down in the trenches, bro. Down in the trenches.
So now that you're, fast forward several years, you're playing the field, you're still learning, and then now, dude, you're a field commander, dude.
Bro. Even now, like, it's funny because these are actually quality guys, and in the past, like with guys that like weren't quality, there'd be moments where I'd get too invested too quickly, or like I would get these like feelings of anxiety and just like confusion, yada yada yada. But like with these, like I am so cool, either keeping it casual and I'm very honest about it, and I just tell them what's up. I've just learned to be straight up to the point that it shocks a lot of guys. And it's dumb though, because sometimes they'll like use it to their advantage, from like guys that I was talking to like earlier this year. I'm like, dude, I'm very straightforward. I mean what I say. When I say I want something casual, it's point blank casual. I'm not playing no games. But also like, if like I'm just very straight up, and sometimes guys like they think that I'm trying to play a game and I'm not. And then with other ones, it's like, how do I explain this?
Essentially, what you do inadvertently is you weed out the weak, though.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Because I'm also just like really good about like taking it slow now too, and I'm very intentional with like the ones that I do want to move forward with, and the ones that I am talking to and having fun with. And it's kind of cool because like I feel in the past I for sure would have just like got too invested with one person, then cut everything off. And for me, I feel like not doing that also keeps me a level head, because it's like, okay, like I know what I can expect with this person. I'm setting those intentions right, but at the same time, like I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket too soon, and just like letting that consume me instead of like, because then it keeps me from living my life in other areas too when I do that. Like for this, like I remember last year when I started getting too caught up in that, I would throw certain things to a side just to accommodate this person. And now it's like, no, I still want to do this. I still want to live my life. I still am planning a lot of things like with other people and like friends, and still having my hot girl summer, in the sense, and not in the sense of like trying to finesse all these dudes. When I say like I want to have a hot girl summer, I want to have a good time with my friends. I want to have a good time with the girlies, and like do brunch still, and like not really be, because I know me, and I know sometimes when I get too invested with someone, I can like,
you dial in.
Yeah, bro, and like that's fine. It's just that.
But you also want to be careful who you dial in with. Yes.
And I don't want to have blinders on. So that's why like I like the way that I'm moving right now in my dating life, and it's definitely a lot better than I have in the past, I will say. And who knows, maybe by fall, we'll see what's up. Right now, we're kind of just having fun, chilling, getting to know these people, seeing who's worth investing into, who's not, and life's good. It's like a hot girl summer. But yeah, other than that, it's like I've realized how different this summer was to last summer. It's funny because the summertime's always around that time where like shit pops off. And I don't know if it's because my birthday's around summertime, so it feels like a new chapter in life.
Well, yeah, it's the turn of the, what's the, when you look at things through like the season or whatever, like that's why we have the fall, like things kind of die out, and then the winter kind of just goes cold, and then spring everything comes back to life, and then the summer you see what comes back to life just fully thriving.
That's true. Right now I'm like really enjoying it and seeing what's up with the summer. I have a lot of plans already. Honestly, what I'm excited for though is Hard Summer. Just paid off the fucking ticket today, and I'm so happy. I was like, one less payment I gotta worry about.
What are you most excited for Hard Summer?
The Martinez brothers.
That's right, they're on the lineup, huh?
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen them in so long.
Yeah, dude.
I was excited for that. Gesture 4B, Skrillex, Yellow Claw. I'm not gonna lie. I might want to see Ludacris for a little bit.
Dude, okay, yeah. I want to go and see Ludacris so that I can hear him say, "Move, bitch, get out the way." And if I see mosh pits popping up for that, you bet your ass you'll see me in there.
That'd be super interesting to see, but I don't know. Who knows? But I'm excited for Hard Summer. I'm excited for the summer in general. I'm excited to have fun with the girly pops. Um, yeah. Right now, that's where I'm at. Just like blasting reggaeton throughout the summer, having a good time, good vibes.
Has Raul dropped that album?
No, but it's supposed to be next month, from my understanding.
He
He
pushed.
hasn't said that, but he had sneaked it like a minute ago, but I don't think anyone really caught it. But I kind of put two and two together, so like I know that shit's supposed to come next month, and I feel like that's really gonna be like summer vibes, and I'm excited.
Oh, so that's a calculated move then.
Yeah, he dropped a single off of it. I think like yesterday.
Oh, if he
Miss
dropped one,
Coo.
if he dropped one yesterday, then yeah, that album's
Yeah, it's
around the
most
corner.
likely coming out next month.
Yeah, that's
Which
what.
I'm
Yeah,
excited for.
yeah. Artists usually do that when they have an album rolling out. They drop a Lucy first, and then
Mm-hmm.
they'll ride the wave with that one, see the reception from it, and then the album is right around
Who
the corner.
else's album I'm really excited for next week actually is Tiny's, because Rao has a song with Skrillex and Fred again.
I saw that.
Oh, no,
Whoa.
Forte.
I saw that. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to tap into that one just for them.
Yeah,
No
I'm
offense.
like, oh, that's amazing. He has a
Tiny-
lot of features on there.
Tiny-
Tiny's a producer.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you. He's the one that collabed with Skrillex already before, right?
I believe so.
On like
What was it? Yes.
Bad
Oh, yes.
Bunny's track or
Yes,
some shit like
yes,
that.
it
Yeah.
was no, Jay Cortez's track.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But I'm really excited for that album. Now that album's gonna be good. That one's gonna be like, it's because I feel like it's different. Okay. Well, I feel like from a producer's
Yeah.
standpoint, it's slightly different from like a singer. Don't get me wrong. Singers still have like a lot of input and it's like their own artistry, but also feel like when it's an album just for like a producer, I like seeing
Yeah.
their vision with it too.
Yeah, I mean, one big figurehead in the music industry that has proven that is Metro Boomin. He's been having a resurgence this whole year. I mean, good for him, especially, with the unfortunate passing of his mom. It's
Yeah.
good to see. It's just good to see that, yeah, there's a lane for producers, and definitely Tiny's one of them that's really captivating that Latin side really good. Or at least from what I see from you. So,
It's so dope. It makes me happy. It's funny because I feel like Latin music just in general has like had such a like impact and just it makes me so happy.
it's got seasoning, dude.
Yeah, bro. The everything about it is just like even Peso Pluma. Like I don't listen to like banda and like corridos like that, but Peso Pluma has been like gaining such traction. The fact that like people even know who the fuck he is, like random ass people know who Peso Pluma is. Like there's this Dodger player. I don't know. Don't ask me which one. I don't know which one. I had seen a TikTok they had posted where all the other players like on the team kept telling him, oh, that he looks like Peso Pluma. So they started calling him Peso Pluma. And so then they're just telling him, it's like, oh, your walkout song should be one of Peso Pluma's song. This dude has no idea who the fuck Peso Pluma is. I'm pretty sure he's white. And I mean, even he's just like, he decided to make that his walkout song. And like, obviously, Dodger Stadium, hella Hispanic, so they go crazy over
Fuck
it.
yeah.
But I'm telling you, like, the impact that Hispanic music, like, that Latin music has on the world, I love it.
Yeah, there's definitely been a
Psyched.
huge resurgence. I think what started it off for me was like obviously Coachella last year when it was like what was it? It was Banda MS and
Yeah.
Grupo Firme. That's a huge pivotal moment. I mean, for one, Grupo Firme having that time slot that they had, which was like that just a little bit afternoon. And then obviously Banda MS with fucking Snoop Dogg coming out for them. That shit.
Hey, bro, Snoop Ben said that he fucks with, like, banda and corridos and all that shit. That's, like, his shit.
Oh yeah, Snoop's.
He been tapped him.
He's been invited to the carne asadas. Yeah, we have
If you're
a
watching the YouTube, you see our special guest right now.
little cat.
But yeah, it's fucking dope. Like, I'm excited to see Carol G this year. I'm excited to... I might see Jay Cortez. I'm thinking about it. And then, fuck, who else? There's so many people touring this year, like, in the, like, Latin music area. So, I'm like, fuck, so many concert tickets.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is the year to try to get that try to, because there's still artists out there right now currently, you know, they're still trying to recoup from 2020. So now that you know, especially now that earlier this year, fucking government pretty much just say, hey, COVID, we not fucking with her no more. So
I know, fucked up.
restrictions are gone. So now the artists are trying to take advantage of, you know, whatever resources they have to go on and do tours. Obviously, production, you know, costs money. Touring costs money, but that's good though. Like, dude, a lot of people are fucking touring. Janet Jackson's touring. Fucking obviously, we have Beyonce, the big hitters. Bunch of people right now are currently
I
touring,
don't have
which
too
is
many
great.
tickets right now, but I'm like, I ain't a lot of tickets, so I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, speaking of tickets, I saw you bought your cross ticket.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at you.
Do I have anyone to go with? No. But knowing people, maybe last minute. But if not, I mean, I booked. Did I book it? I don't remember.
Ooh.
I might not have booked it, but I'm most likely gonna book one probably within this next week. I'm just debating whether to get the 2-bed one or not, just because like I don't know if people are gonna go, but then some people end up going last minute. It's sold out though.
Dude, with that lineup,
That lineup was
with
good.
that lineup, I would not have doubt that shit was not gonna sell out, dude.
I mean, I got my ticket. I said, fuck it. I can always resell it. Whatever.
Nah, you
No
should
big
go.
deal. Oh, no, yeah, no. I want to go. Even if I do end up just going one day and selling the other day, for sure, I want to go. At least, for sure. Just because that lineup is dope. I'm hoping Clooney and Chris Lake are on that Saturday.
Oh, that's the ticket you bought for just Saturday.
No. I got 2 day.
Oh, you got the
But
two.
if they are Saturday, then I'm going to sell the Sunday. I don't, well, it depends. Because they always split it really good. They make you want to go both days. But I really want to see Clooney and Chris Lake. That's like number one.
Dude, Chris Lake.
That and like Charlotte and
Yeah, isn't it Charlotte and fuck, I'm blanking out. Yeah, dude, I forgot her name. We used to like fuck with her heavy. It starts with an A.
Anna?
Yeah, well, her too, but there's an Emily Lenz.
Oh, fuck. That's what it was.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that lineup looks fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it's a good lineup. Will Clark, too. And, yeah. Honestly, I love Crossed. Crossed is one festival I really fuck with heavy. So, I wouldn't mind going back again.
I've yet to go out there, but
It's so fun. I recommend it to everybody.
yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like, I don't have too much planned. Just that. Right now, the only, like, show tickets that I have for sure are Hard Summer, Carol G, and then Crossed. Everything else is kind of up in the air. It's like a maybe.
Yeah, for me, it's just I only have Hard Summer, and then that's about it. Oh, and I bought a ticket for Gentlemen's Club.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, but even though I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make that one
When's
because
that?
that was on the 30th of September.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on a
okay.
Friday, I believe. That's what that is. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Well, obviously with what I got lined up, I might be starting somewhere at the end of the summer. So
Yeah.
and depending on how that schedule goes, I might not be able to go, but we'll see. Oh, I bought my Coachella tickets.
I didn't. I don't want to commit to it right now.
Nah, I feel that. Nah, I'm committed.
See, with Coachella is just for next year. I kind of want to chill in the sense that I might go for like a day or two, but I don't know if I want to go the full weekend. I say that now, but who knows? We'll see how the lineup looks.
Yeah.
The 1 3-day festival I kind of do want to push for next year is ARC in Chicago.
Yo, yeah.
Because ARC is sick as fuck. It's in Chicago, and I love Chicago.
Yeah.
Go to Chicago once.
Hey, that's
Nah,
all.
bro, I fell in love with
all it-
Chicago.
That's all it takes though sometimes, dude.
I fell in love with Chicago, honestly. And it also, it's because, like, also for us, I remember we discussed that for next year, like, our little group of us want to go on a like, an out-of-country
Yeah.
trip.
That's part of the reason why I'm only committed. Well, as of right now, I'm only committed to Coachella and then still possibly what's that? I'm blanking out. Burning Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely want to do, like, a little trip, all of us. Because our Vegas trip was so fun.
Dude, yeah. Actually, we didn't really talk about that.
Oh, yeah, dude. Our Vegas trip was fun as fuck. We had a good time. It was just a lot of just eating, drinking, chilling. Nothing too crazy. It was like a cute little adult trip. And it was fun. I was like, I want to do that more. Just get out, just relax. I have a trip coming up in July to San Diego that I'm looking forward to too. Just gonna go out there and have a nice little vacation. I don't know. I'm more into that vibe right now.
That's also part of getting older, right?
Honestly, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I want to go to like all these festivals, but then at the same time, I'm like, I'm okay. I'm still okay just missing some of them. Although I will say, I say this now, but who knows. I depending on how Escape looks, I might be down for one day. I don't know why, but I'm kind of in the mood. But I say this now.
VIP though, right?
Yeah. Escape's too crowded to be with the normies.
I still genuinely feel like for Escape, they still pack that way over the rim, dude.
They really do. And it's just because, like, people like something to do for Halloween.
And that's what I don't like.
Yeah, me either.
You get, like, I'm telling you, the ratio between, like, normies and actual ravers is way off, dude.
Yeah, no.
Way too off. I mean, I'm not knocking. We've done Escape a handful of times, you know, so, and it's one of those that are pretty fun. Still sad that they'll probably most likely won't bring back Day of the Dead. That one was fun.
That one was fun. That was one of my favorite ones. I wish they could bring it back, but I see now that day trips at that LA Historic Park.
Have you gone to Day Trip at all?
No, I haven't. I do want to. Maybe Labor Day weekend, because I think that's the one that Eddie wants to go to. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I want to go to at least one this year. We'll see which one.
Yeah, they've been popping off apparently. I mean,
It's been looking fun. It's been interesting watching like the new wave of ravers right now. Interesting watching from afar.
yeah, there's something, yo. Most of them they're like very entangled with like the whole influencer-esque culture, which is kind of like, it's weird, but I get it though because, you know, one of the flaws of TikTok. Well, one of the good things of TikTok is also a huge flaw where like just people go out and create content and then they just like broadcast it and then others like follow suit.
I can hate on it because I use TikTok for this, so like I get it, but at the same time, like I don't know, takes the sparkle away from it a little bit. Although I will say, dude, that shit at Beyond, wild. That shit. Okay.
Yeah, we want to talk about that briefly.
Yeah, dude, because I don't know. I think because I've raped for so long, like my dad always tells me when I go to these things, like, oh, be careful, you know, because, you know, you just don't think. I mean, you do. It's still in the back of your head, but it's obviously not at the forefront, like thinking anything can happen to you at these things. But
Yeah, go ahead and
obviously there was like the shooting at the Gorge for Beyond, and that was just like I remember I was drunk when I read the like little thing, and I was like, oh my fucking god, that's crazy. And then the fact that it started, well, okay, there's been like conflicting articles about like how it started, because supposedly it was like a domestic abuse situation.
So
But then last I heard that the dude was just tripping really bad
Yeah.
on shrooms.
So let's look at the timeline. Shooting happened in the overflow section of the campground. So pretty much what people called the boonies out there, which is funny because it kind of is.
Yeah.
So for those who have gone to the gorge, what happens is you have the huge population of GF camping that it's pretty much one huge ass crop circle. It's one and then there's one on the outside. So this incident happened at the one on the outside. And around like 8:30 in the evening, yeah, some guy, and mind you, this guy is military, so that's even, it's fucked because now you set that community back, you know, because you think, oh, people in the military, you know, they already get shit for, you know, being in it.
There's some military people shit.
Yeah, but I try to give him grace, but at this point you can't. So the guy took a shit ton of mushrooms, started tripping out, says that the world was ending,
He
runs
thought
back.
it was like the end of the world.
Yeah. Runs back to his campsite, grabs his gun. His girlfriend, mind you, his girlfriend tries to help him and tell him, hey, calm down. You're freaking out, da da da. Shoots his girlfriend. You have two nearby individuals also try to help her out. They get shot. And then several other people get shot too. Unfortunately, two of which, passed away. And it's very sad.
And the whole thing was that, like, the fact that he got it past security when they're supposed to be checking the cars.
Right.
And like we've made a lot of jokes that security be a joke sometimes, but like this is one of those
No.
instances where it's like it really is fucked.
So I'll go ahead and just say it right now. I've gone to the gorge already 3 times. Two of which were for past events that no longer exist, and then one of which was Base Canyon, which will lead into a story about Base Canyon too. But I'll be honest with y'all. Let's go ahead and say it's a joke, but it's the truth. The security at the gorge is pretty loose. Like they'll stop random people here and there. And yes, they'll have dogs there, but the dogs are mainly there to sniff out huge amounts of contraband and like explosives. They're not really trained to detect firearms and stuff that. Which now moving forward, you're definitely gonna see an uptick in that. But yes, the fact that the guy, first of all, the fact that anyone decides to bring a gun to a festival to me
Crazy.
is crazy. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I know the world's unsafe, and I'll be honest, as someone who's pro-gun, like, I'll advocate to own firearm, but at the same time, when you buy a firearm, you need
Within reason, bro. Within
exactly. There's places to take that. You go to a gun range, you go to a practice, area. You use that only for defense. You don't take that with you unless you're security personnel, and even
That's just
then,
crazy.
you don't move like that. So the fact that he brought a gun to me is just it's ridiculous, and the fact that the guy flipped out that bad, to me is it's unfortunate, but what's really unfortunate, and fuck that guy, I'll be honest with you.
Bro, and then it's gonna push back the whole argument about like how people who rave all they do is do drugs and this is what it leads to and that mushrooms are bad and yada. It's just like so many things that like set us back terribly just because this fool didn't have common sense to not take a firearm with him. Like it's just insane. And that's why like I tell people like honestly be safe. You never know what's gonna happen. You really can never know what can happen, especially in our country, which is a fucking joke with our laws and stuff. But honestly, my heart goes out to him because that's just scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying because yes, we're talking about our community. I know people want to make fun of it, but we mean it when we say it's by far one of the safest places you can go to.
It's like it's one of those things. Like don't get me wrong, there's people who go just to go and like party and get fucked up,
cause shit,
whatever. But it's never to that extent. Like the most we see is just people getting into fights with their fists. But like to draw out like weapons, that's crazy to me. That's next level.
Yeah.
Especially in a place like that where like I know it does sound kind of corny where it's like like a really happy place where you like safe and like good vibes, whatever.
But it's
It's like for us like this whole community. Don't get me wrong, we can be corny as shit sometimes. But I will say that, like, if it wasn't for raving, like, I wouldn't know the people that I know in my life now. And it's, like, it's always going to mean something to me. And it's, like, going to a festival is always going to mean something to me. The music's always going to mean something to me. So when it gets tainted with shit like this, it sucks. And it's just so terrible. Makes me sad.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. But
I think it's sweet that a lot of people who... So I saw Pascual post that, like, people who were going to get a refund, they kind of wanted to defer it to the families. And I was just like, see, shit like that. It's like, it really shows you how much people, like, care and stuff. And I love the good vibes in that sense. It's like, it sucks.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's always just, like, when something bad like this does happen, there's always, like, some good that comes from it. And like you show the ugly side, but it also shows the good side in the community in the sense that like so many want to like come to the families and like help them any way they can in that sense. So it's like
you even have DJs doing something. So someone had tagged Subtronics on Twitter saying, hey, I know it might be too much, but I think it'd be a good idea if you do like some kind of like charity to like, bring awareness and also, because they were inferring that maybe you should do your set online, like on Twitch, since no one was able to see it. And then maybe like we'll rack up donations and stuff like that. And his response was like, oh, don't worry, we have something planned already.
Oh, so, that's so good.
Like you said, corny, cheesy, whatever, but this community is rooted in shit like that at the end of the day. Take the business aside, take the egos aside, take the politics aside, the community has always been rooted in that.
Yeah,
So,
bro. And I think that's why, like, so many of my friends that, like, I have now, I've met through this community because, like, at the end of the day, we all have some undying loyalty to each other, and it's like it all stems from that. And I love seeing like everyone kind of just rile up together because it's like, nah, dude, we're not gonna let this shitty moment ruin something that's so good and so pure. And I cry.
yeah, but just to, end with like finish up with the bad news, but I honestly thought that they would have learned their lesson from last year, because last year an incident happened at Base Canyon. So last year at Base Canyon, there was an incident where a guy was on the festival, not the festival grounds, but the campgrounds as well, with a gun. However, nothing bad happened that time. And it resulted that apparently it was just some drug dealer. Drug dealer had a firearm, which, that's another story, but you know, that's another world, drug dealing and, all that shit. I get why you would want to have a gun, but still, just the fact that you pull up to a place that, for the most part, is safe with a gun like that is just like, come on.
And that there's security and shit.
There's security, yeah. But,
I don't know. People be wildin'.
Yeah, people be wildin'. But, end it with somewhat of good note, I just want to take the time to address those two, Jocelyn Ruiz and Brandy Escamilla. Rest in peace to those two beautiful souls. And just... yeah, man, everyone out there, just be safe, be aware.
Oh, that too, man.
It's fucking...
Also, I think so I saw videos afterwards of people who were inside the festival and they were made aware of the situation, but they didn't say anything to their friends. Because they didn't want people, because they didn't want to panic them.
And that's
good. And I'm like, that's so good. Like,
that's good.
It's so smart.
Because, dude, thank you for bringing that up. Because there's people on Twitter, fucking Twitter, dude. People
like, oh my God,
have
they
a million
let the
and
party
one
still go, blah, blah.
a million and one dumbass think pieces immediately afterwards. They'll be like, oh, why weren't people saying it right then and there? Da, da, da. And dude, the rational people, same response. Hey, are you aware that there's a lot of people here fucked up, out of their minds? The last thing you need to do is tip the scale and cause panic. That, dude, like, yeah. But anyways, just rest in peace to those two beautiful souls. And, just in the light of all this fucked up shit, just shout out to our community, because like we just keep saying, our community is still rooted in some kind of like peace and love and beauty in it. So... but yeah, man, it's world is crazy, man. You got motherfuckers trying to find wreckage of an old fucking ship.
The world is wild.
Going down the sea.
Hey, bro, the fucking memes from the whole submarine situation is hilarious, though. But it's fun. There was this one TikTok where it's like, you know who's not at the bottom of the ocean? Women. And I was like, that is so true.
Perla showed me that thinking she was going to do something to me. I'm like, fuck, man.
You don't see one woman down there. Just saying. But have you seen those memes where it's like, if, like, let's say it's your favorite. Okay, like, let's say if, like, the beatboxers were down there. And, like, I would, like, swim, whatever. I saw one where it was, like, if the owners of Buzz Balls was down there. And then it's, like, the girl just, like, swimming into the ocean. But I commented, I was like, the owners of Buzz Balls are women, so you're not gonna catch them down there. That's just women owned. You're gonna see them down there.
I think Beatbox might be woman owned, or at least has a lot of women like working with them. So yeah, they probably wouldn't be doing that shit.
I love that for them. But yeah, that's just fucking hilarious and so stupid. But then I'm like, I understand having like a hobby, having a deep interest for something. But that shit's so sus. Nah.
The fucking people kept telling them, yo, this is unsafe. Don't do it. Da da da. This and that. For fuck's sakes, the shit was fucking remote controlled by a Xbox controller. Like,
what they were. Just saying. Like, I remember I saw memes where there was like, where it was like, oh, but if it was your friends or family, I was like, I'll stop you right there. And he's like, I'm black. But I've seen the same one for Latinos.
Yeah.
And I've seen a similar one for Latinos. And because they like cut it off and they're just like, they make a face and they're like, no.
Nah, I saw one where it was all like, if any of them was Hispanic, and they interview the mom. The mom be like, "Ay, por pendejo."
No, yeah. See, I've seen another one where it was the mom just going off like some like calling them stupid and shit like that too. It's like, bro, we don't do shit like that. We don't do shit like that. It's only the palm people.
The palm people.
Palm folk. I don't know, man. Like, it's so funny. I was just talking to a patient about this. Like, that common sense ain't so common. Common sense.
It's not. It's really not.
Not many things scare me, but like the deep ocean unnerves me a little bit. Like the ocean unnerves me a little bit. Just mainly because like we've only like discovered like this much of it.
Yes.
So it's like, why would you go out there and like mess with it? Like, no.
Nah, dude, fuck that. I've seen so many shark videos as of late, especially that one with that dude in Egypt getting eaten up by a shark.
I heard about that. I hadn't seen it, but I heard about it.
It's fucked up. But anyways, dog, I don't do water. I don't do that. That's why right now.
I like to like swim a little bit into the ocean, but I know my limits. I get out real quick.
My consensus is the minute that my feet can't touch the ocean floor, the sand, nah, I'm going back.
Out. I'm like,
out.
Oop.
Dog, I freak out when I just fucking touch a little bit of coral reef.
Like the coral reef and the seaweed and shit. I'm
dude,
like, no, it caught me.
Yeah, hell no. I dip out, dude. Fuck that. I start thinking it's a jellyfish. I'm gonna get stung.
Dude, me too.
I might have to need someone to piss on me.
I go into the ocean and like things are grabbing on my leg. I'm like, oh, that's it. It's over. Fucking oh fuck. What's his name?
What is his name?
I don't know.
Comedian, actor.
No. That one monster. The Loch Ness monster got me.
Oh. Well, the swamp thing.
Yeah, bro. The fucking swamp monster. I don't know, man. I don't know what's down there. You never know.
Yeah, I don't do water like that. Hell no, dude.
Like I know my limits with it. Like I'll go only like a certain level of it. Once I can't like feel the ground as much, I'm like, all right.
I think what pisses me off about that whole thing isn't the fact that people are at arms of like, oh, like those are still people. Oh, I bet if they weren't billionaires, you wouldn't think about this. Da, da, da. No, the fact that apparently fucking Navy or like Coast Guards, they knew that they were done like days ago. Mm-hmm. Apparently, like they said that
it imploded.
Yeah, it had been uploaded, and that the news cycle was just going off this narrative of like they only have 24 hours left of oxygen. I'm like, dog. So
someone was like,
what the fuck?
Someone was like, they're trying to distract us from something. I don't know what, but they're trying to distract us from something. I'm like, I wouldn't doubt it, honestly.
Well, I mean, a bunch of bullshit's happened also in this news cycle. For instance, like with the whole like Biden fucking his son getting indicted.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, well,
there's
a distraction.
I really don't pay attention to the news like that unless it's like some shit that gets memed. It really says a lot about me. But yeah, that shit, I don't know, man.
Plus, I don't care too much about politics, dude. Even though I kind of should, because unfortunately next year is the presidential election.
I will admit, I am that type of person who doesn't pay attention until it starts coming up. And then I'm like, all right, guys, what's going on? Fill me in.
Dude, I kind of have to keep my eyes and ears on certain things just because I just like to be aware. Kind of go back to what I just got done saying about awareness and stuff. I just don't want to get duped, even though every day we unknowingly we get duped left and right, whether it's by fucking private companies.
See, but that's why like I always think it's funny when people are like get the COVID vaccine. They're like, oh, they're just tracking us. I was like, bro, you have a phone, right?
Yeah, that's
like,
to me is ridiculous.
You've been. No one gives a fuck about you. What the fuck? It's a lot of these people who just be in their homes doing nothing, a whole lot of nothing, but like complaining on the internet. And it's like no one gives a fuck about like your blog that you have. It's not that deep.
I always say, dude, it goes back to remember when we were going to Coachella?
Yeah.
And fucking.
Oh yeah.
Because they were like, oh, be careful using this app because it tracks your data. And I was like, hey,
so does TikTok. So does Facebook.
No, but I just replied back saying, hey, listen. We're not that important.
That too.
Like, unless we're planning some kind of terroristic attack. Dude, even then,
they slack on that shit too.
Government, dude, what the fuck is our taxes doing?
Nothing,
man. I still drive roads with potholes in there. Fuck out of here.
Bro, there's been so much construction at work that has been driving me fucking crazy.
Oh, do I bet. Especially in that area where you're at. Because of the 405 and all that shit.
It's like the building across the street. It's the street. It's also like us upstairs because they're redoing the bathrooms. I'm just sick and tired of construction.
The elevator works now?
It does. We're not working on that anymore. Now they're working on the bathrooms. And they said 8 weeks for that.
Yeesh. But at
See,
least
the elevator was 5.
But at least y'all gonna have nice bathrooms.
Yeah, it's real ghetto having to go up to the 3rd floor to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Before I just was like, I was chilling on my 2nd floor one. I had never even gone to the 3rd floor until like the only time I had ever been on the 3rd floor was when I got the job and they did the tour of the whole thing. That was the only time I've ever been on the 3rd floor. And now I gotta pee. I have to go all the way up there to pee. And I'm like, this is real ghetto. I'm like, now I see why everyone fucking hated having to do the stairs up and down when we didn't have an elevator. I'm like, this is karma. Because I didn't have to do shit during that time. Because I wasn't the one taking the patients upstairs or bringing them down. I was the one just sitting there checking them in. I was like, this is my karma. Now I gotta fucking go all these stairs up and down all the time to pee. But I can't complain. I really shouldn't. At least I will say though, so we had like 3 bathrooms up there. Tell me why one of them keeps going in and out of order, so we keep going down to 2. I'm like, no, like, who's clogging the damn toilets?
Dog. You gotta have a plunger right there on deck, yo.
Honestly.
Fuck out of here.
I'm like, guys,
The disrespect.
it's not that hard. And then there's, like, patients who don't know how to aim, and I'm like,
Oh.
gross.
Wait, so is your guys' bathroom unisex?
So, yes, and then it's
Oh,
also, like,
Jesus.
and now, because, it's the bathroom the patients use anyways. Like, let's say they're trying to give us, like, a sample or just gotta
okay.
pee.
Oh, because y'all do drug testing too there, right?
No,
Or
we don't do drug testing, but we
okay,
do
okay.
like other type of testing. And
Like
so,
blood work and shit like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
other stuff. And so like, there's like 2 bathrooms that like right by where the waiting room is, and that's usually the ones the patients use. And then there's like another one that's like a staff one, and that's like all the 3rd floor. But the 2nd floor is just employees, because it's like all of us just employees on the 2nd floor, and so now we're all using the 3rd floor one. So it's some that the patients use too. It's real annoying. It's real ghetto. I remember Justin had tweeted that. He was like, it's real ghetto having to go to the 3rd floor to pee. And I was like, bro, right? I'm fucking saying.
Oh man, I love Justin. Yeah, that night out when we were all celebrating our birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Bro, he was fucking drunk last week. That shit was hilarious. Let me tell you what he did. At first, I thought he was kidding. I thought he was being sarcastic. But then I realized, oh no, this was just fucked up and doesn't realize. So his Nina works with us. Like, we all work together. So when I pulled up to his party, it's at his Nina's house. And obviously, I know who the fuck she is. Like, we said hello to each other. And then he introduced me to his mom. Obviously, I don't know his mom. I never met his family until then. And so then his Nina was standing right next to him. Was like, oh, yeah, and this is my Nina. And I was just like, I was being sarcastic because I thought that's what he was doing too. I was like, oh, yeah, I've never met her before. You know, whatever. You know, I've only seen you at work. But I don't think he heard me. He was just like, yeah, it's my Nina. But he kept going. And I was like, oh, I was like, he really interested. And then his Nina, like, she's kind of laughing about it too. And then he walks away and she's like, he really introduced us. And I was like, I know. I was like, I thought he was kidding. Fucking Justin, he's so funny. That foot cracks you the fuck up. That was fun. That was a fun day. All right, well, I'm gonna have to call it just because
No, yeah.
I got shit to do, and also I gotta pee. And that's usually how we end things, anyways. Usually when my bladder's like, I gotta pee.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yeah, you want you risking a yeast infection, right?
Bro, that's just the worst. Let me tell you.
UTI.
Hurts.
fucking
But
shit.
anyways, guys, what a great way to end it. You know, just not trying to not get a UTI. But I love y'all. I hope y'all have a great week, a great weekend, whatever day it is when we drop this. But I love you guys as always. I am Lynn Lopez. He's Aldo. And thank you for listening and watching.
Happy 1 year of potting.
Woo!
That was Lynn Lopez, ladies and gentlemen, and we are out of here. Bye bye.
I had a fucking